We get the engine started on Mobil 1 The Grid in Atlanta, Georgia, as we go behind the scenes at an endurance classic.
The 26 Petit Le Mans marked the end of the first season of IMSA's new GT prototype class. Coming into the season finale, 4 manufacturers were in a fight for the title, with Acura, Porsche and Cadillac separated by just 5 points.
The title race is just crazy coming into this last weekend. There's effectively 4 people really in the title fight, where pretty much whoever finishes ahead of the others is going to win the championship.
9 rounds with 1 to go, so the winner takes all. It would be nice for us if we were more comfortable in a position to make it boring from a championship perspective, but it's not the case, so we're going to go flat out and see what happens.
Topping the standings, the number 31 Whelen engineering car was the best placed of the 2 Cadillacs, while the works number 6 Porsche led the German Marks Challenge. Both of the sister cars were also mathematically still in the hunt.
We've got a championship to win here in IMSA. That didn't go well for us, but the other Cadillac is leading the championship. So as a group, we've done very well. The car's been fantastic, the team has run very well. I'm kind of happy when the season is over, but we've got one more race here in Atlanta to win, so I'm all up for that.
For us to be in contention with 2 cars give us even higher chances of clinching the title. I'm excited about it, and if there's any scenario that we can maybe be their wingman, that probably will help, but also gives the team a chance in case the 6 has a problem, the 7 is still game on.
All the manufacturers involved should be proud that they get to the last race with a chance of winning the title. Obviously, we want Cadillac to be on top of the podium at the very end, and it's going to take everything we have and maybe a little bit more to accomplish that.
Porsche rolled out the stars, with Indy 500 winner Joseph Newgarden boosting the number 7 car's slim title hopes, and ex-F1 world champion Jenson Button making his IMSA debut with the JDC Miller customer team.
It's great to be here. I've always loved IMSA, the series. Been a big fan, and John Doonan actually has got me involved this time along with Rocky. They said, come along, can we have a go with JDC? I was like, awesome. So here I am.
It's been a very exciting year in a lot of ways. Getting to experience the 24 hours of Daytona was a tremendous start. Winning the Indianapolis 500, which has been a goal of mine for a long time. And then having the opportunity to compete here at Road Atlanta, which I've never done before, is a great end to the year for me. It's a dream scenario.
Early practice was the first time on track for the capacity field. Sebastian Bourdais in the 01 Cadillac set the pace.
Not super easy to know exactly where we had. Quite a bit of wind, no rubber from the overnight rain. So not the conditions that we tested in, which is kind of good. It gives you another reference point. And then with the conditions cooler than what the race conditions should be, we're still trying to kind of gauge the tire usage, because this is very dependent on the conditions.
Cadillac and Acura look really quick, which doesn't mean everything on a single lap. Obviously, practice times are based on your single fastest, where a 10-hour race is not. Hopefully we learn a bit more than the others, so that's the idea.
We're really going to be looking at race performance and tire degradation, because with our tire allocation, we're going to have to do some double stinting or some partial tire changes. Trying not to get too panicked if we're not at the top, but also leaning on all the testing and everything we've done beforehand.
Louis Delatraz in Wayne Taylor Racing's Acura claimed pole position and 35 bonus points. That put the 31 Cadillac and the number 6 Porsche just 9 and 11 points behind respectively. An epic final race in store.
We gotta see how the race plays out. If it comes down to the last 30 minutes, it's gonna be a dogfight. Everyone will try different things and see if you can get up ahead after the last pit stop. So you never know at Petit Le Mans. It's always a question mark, but a little bit of luck is always involved in this race.
Next up, we join Formula One's unstoppable force, Max Verstappen. If last season's 15 victories looked imperious, then this year has been even better for Oracle Red Bull Racing's Flying Dutchman.
I think so far this season, has been pretty incredible for the whole team. Been winning a lot of races, bar one. Really been enjoying the moment with the team, going through all these amazing weekends. I think it's really about just trying to enjoy the moment, because you know that these seasons, they don't come along very often.
Not only has Verstappen already surpassed his own single-season record with 16 victories, he's also broken Sebastian Vettel's mark of 9 consecutive wins set when he was dominating with Red Bull a decade earlier.
And it's always very hard to imagine what kind of dominance, or if you even get the opportunity to show that. I knew that the team was capable of it because I had done that with Sepp in the past. But in the beginning of a year, you're always fine-tuning little things to get more comfortable in the car, to get more out of it yourself. And that's, I think, exactly what happened for me also in the beginning. Like, it was great, the car was running really well, but for myself, I was still not, I think, at this like 100% level. Basically just kept on improving, and you would never imagine to win 10 races in a row. But I think as a team, we just stuck together. We barely made any mistakes. So I think that also then makes you able to achieve something like this.
The 26-year-old secured his third driver's title in Qatar with 5 rounds to spare, while the Constructors' Championship came a race earlier in Japan, just one of his favourite wins in a season crammed with successes.
There were a lot of great wins. I think naturally when you have to start a bit further back, it's probably a bit more fun if you end up winning the race. So I would go for like Miami. It was really cool. Winning my home Grand Prix with all the challenges that came into play, but also Spa, my favorite track to race at. So it was really, really nice. Plus also I think winning in Suzuka, where we won the Constructors, for me personally is always a very special place to go back to. Then also for the whole team, you know, working together with Honda to be able to celebrate that in Japan, it just brought everything together. Yeah, that was definitely a very nice moment.
Verstappen hasn't been on pole position for every race, but it often doesn't matter. The rest of the field know he's coming like a steam train in the RB19.
I think now with the new regulations you can follow a bit better, and if you're faster you will be able to pass. So I think naturally the focus for us is not so much on qualifying. Of course it's great if you get pole position, but at the end of the day the points are in the race. When you are able to pass, then you charge through the field. Of course I also had a few mistakes, so yeah, there are a few little things that it doesn't match up, you know, the wins to pole ratio, but I think in general, also in my history, it seems like on the Sunday maybe a bit better than on the Saturday.
We don't yet know how many races Verstappen will win by the end of the season, but Formula One is witnessing a very special talent at the top of his game.
I think my mindset, and I think also the team mindset, is that it's never good enough. So naturally like that, you constantly want to try and improve. When you're having a lot of success, sometimes you might, let's say, enjoy the moment a little bit, but at the end of the day, it's about just continuing to want more. And even when you're having a great weekend, it's never great enough in a way, because you start to look at the little details where you think, could have done a little bit better there or here. And that's, I think, how we work as a team, and that's definitely how I work as a driver as well.
We head back to Road Atlanta now to meet a team on the verge of their maiden championship.
5 of the GTD Pro manufacturers at Petit Le Mans had won at least once this season, but with 2 victories and 7 podium finishes, the Vassar-Sullivan Lexus squad were on the brink of their first IMSA title.
It's been an absolute journey. It's been a roller coaster. We've been up, we've been down. No one ever gave up. We always kept on pushing on, and I think the whole Vassar-Sullivan team, Lexus, we kept trying to refine everything, trying to make things better all the time.
To be in the position where all we have to do is take the green flag to become GTD Pro champions here at Petit Le Mans is just phenomenal. This is definitely one of the biggest championships in the world in IMSA. To get my first title, it's very much a pinch me moment. It's going to be a whole world of emotions, and I can't wait.
The British pairing hadn't won since Watkins Glen in June, but with 3 straight runner-up finishes and 3rd place at Indianapolis, the Lexus crew arrived at Road Atlanta with an unassailable lead in the standings.
It's been an incredible year for Lexus. We've never been the fastest. There have been no easy days, and quite frankly, we wouldn't accept any easy days. We've done it through planning, we've done it through consistency, and we've done it through collaboration for everyone, just the drivers and the whole team together. Everyone here knows their role, and we've been lucky and fortunate throughout the season, so we're looking forward to a championship.
We went to Daytona, we started off there with a P3, then backed it up with a P2 at the Sebring 12 hours, and then went from there into a win at Long Beach. So we went 3-2-1, and I just feel like that really laid a solid foundation for our season.
We went to Laguna, a track we've struggled at in the past. We come away with a 2nd, and at that point you're like, yeah, this is going pretty well so far. And then we went to the Glen and we won there, and I think really from that point on we just began to build belief in the team that we can do this, that we're here for a reason.
A pillar of the Lexus program since 2017, 32-year-old Hawksworth provides the experience in a driver lineup that's only in its 2nd season.
Big brother, little brother, I guess. I think we've just created a really strong bond. We train together, we stay in the same apartment together, we're on the road together a lot. There's a real brothers bond there, and we've been able to find a way to get it done. It's been a really special partnership.
He's definitely the fastest guy I've sat alongside, and I think because we had that same goal, that same vision, that same dedication, as well as being from very similar parts in the UK, so our banter, our humour is very similar. It's just clicked, it's worked extremely well. We push each other in the right way, we understand each other extremely well, and it's just been an incredible partnership, and one that, to be honest, I hope lasts for many years.
Taking the green flag would secure a deserved championship success, but the Vassar-Sullivan duo were hungry for victory at the scene of their debut endurance win last season.
Coming back to a track, a race that you've won the year before, I think you just walk in there, shoulders up, chest forward kind of thing, and it's a nice feeling to have. We know we can do it here, we know the car runs well here, but at this IMSA, anything can happen, and it usually does.
It's a very nice feeling to be coming back, the reigning winners of this race, and being in the position we're in where we've got the championship clinched, we only have to take the green flag is a big help, because this race is going to be very crazy. It's 54 cars entered, I believe, so traffic's going to be extremely tough, so it's going to be very much a race of survival.
Last year, our first endurance win happened right here. Felt like we won the Super Bowl, so I'm hopeful that we can recreate that same level of excitement.
We'll make sure we do everything we need to do through practice and qualifying, make sure we're there at the start of this race, take the green flag, and then it's just going to be like a normal day at the office for us. We're going to concentrate on executing as best we can, and once we get the checkered flag at the end, then we'll talk about the championship and everything that's happened this year.
We return to Road Atlanta for the ultimate 10-hour endurance test. Race day dawned for the 26th Petit Le Mans, with Wayne Taylor Racing's Acura topping the points on pole and 4 manufacturers in a tight championship battle.
We ended up 5th on the grid, which is a decent result. But yeah, we're starting somewhere near the front on the inside, which is good. And yeah, looking forward to the race.
We qualified 8th, which it's not the best starting position, but frankly, wherever you qualify for a 10-hour race, it's not going to make that much difference. But so much is going to happen. We're just got to keep our nose clean and be smart about it and be there at the end to fight.
Delatraz leading the field to green. The 26th Petit Le Mans is underway. The battle is on immediately. 2 abreast heading for turn 1. It's Bourdais in the 01 Cadillac. What a pass for the lead.
The fight for the race win and ultimately the championship was ferocious as early tyre and fuel strategies came into play.
We did some nice fuel saving just to make control of the race, so you have more so you have the pit stop and fuel less at the pit stop, so that worked out just fine. And I think we're still leading after the stop, so that's a bonus.
The second hour saw a big crash approaching the turn 10 chicane as Nick Tandy in the number 6 Porsche was taken out in a clash between Dennis Anderson's LMP2 and the GTD Ferrari of Charles Scardina. The repaired 963 returned, but Laurence Vantour's subsequent crash at the S's would end the title hopes of season regulars Tandy and Mathieu Jaminet.
It's hard to take right now. It feels like 1 year of work has been destroyed in just like that, in 1 second. Only thing we can do now is cheer for the other car. They are still in the fight for the driver championship and the manufacturer.
In the GTD Pro class, a technical failure brought an early end to Corvette Racing's final outing in the C8R. Vassar-Sullivan Racing's number 14 Lexus had won the title merely by starting the race, but wouldn't make it to the finish either. As night fell, Wayne Taylor Racing's championship hopes looked good. With an hour to go, Philippe Albuquerque got a run on their title rivals in the 31 Cadillac. It was a brave move, but the Portuguese found Pipo Derani in no mood to give him space and plunged at high speed into the tyre wall. Albuquerque was okay, but the title was lost. The 10-hour classic came down to a 5-minute restart. Benefiting from the earlier incidents, Meyer Shank Racing's Acura now had the chance of victory, and after a superb battle finally got the better of the 01 Cadillac. The action came to a dramatic end when Jan Halen's GTD Porsche erupted in flames, and it brought out the yellows for the 13th and final time.
Petit Le Mans 2023 ends under yellows. It's an emotional victory for Meyer Shank Racing in what is, for now at least, their final outing in the IMSA series.
Elio Castroneves, Tom Blomqvist and Colin Braun secured the race victory ahead of the 01 Cadillac and the customer Proton Porsche team. But with their battling 6th place finish, it was the 31 Whelen Cadillac team of Jack Aitken, Pipo Derani and Alex Sims celebrating the championship, securing the manufacturers, teams and drivers' titles.
What a crazy race, what a crazy year, to be honest. Pipo did a fantastic job in that last stint to secure the championship back into a more controllable situation. The race is sort of symbolic of the whole year. Had it go away from us, but we stayed calm, got back in the race, and yeah, we brought it home. Amazing.
Next up, we join World Rally champions Toyota on the road in the WRC. With events all over the globe and a calendar spanning 11 months, working in the World Rally Championship may be rewarding when you're winning, but it's hard graft. So who puts in the biggest shift?
The hardest work is the sporting director Kai Lindström, the work he needs to do. He needs to be there early in the morning, he needs to be there late in the night, and he has to take quite a lot of stress and a lot of communication. That job is the hardest job in the team, what he's experimenting.
Despite the high praise, Toyota Gazoo Racing sporting director Lindström doesn't take the plaudits for himself, but for his team of mechanics.
It's a challenging thing even to build the car in the workshop, and then now you are doing it on the service area, which we have everything you need, but you are still not doing it in the workshop. So it is a tough job, long days. In the end of the day, they are responsible that the car is leaving the service as it should be. So there's a lot of pressure for the boys, and very, very challenging work, but we luckily have the best guys in the team.
Each car has its own crew, let's say. I'm like a number 1 mechanic, so I'm doing all the rallies, so this year 13. My role is to make sure that the car is ready for the event and the car is working during the event, and everything is like it should be.
So Lindström is looking for talented mechanics who are prepared to work fast under pressure in the service park.
I think there's many things, but obviously he has to be top professional to be part of the team, and then also a team player. One important thing is obviously the team spirit, and if you are not a team player, then it doesn't really work.
This pressure is always ticking, like ticking behind my head, but you have to live with this pressure and you get used to it, and after some time you don't notice anymore. I like this when the car comes in and we have a lot of things to do. I like it very much. I like to be busy, let's say.
In amongst the 13 rallies are pre-event tests which ensure the whole team are flat out, but when Toyota are winning championships, the workload seems altogether worth it.
It is quite hectic and it's a hard work. Not necessarily all the mechanics are the same in the pre-event test and in the rally, so of course we have to also look after that the boys are fresh when they come to the rallies. But traveling, going straight to the work, doing long days and travel back, it's not as glamorous as it looks.
Everyone thinks that they are like mechanics, we can travel everywhere, and this is so cool to see different countries. Actually, we are like basically in service park and in a hotel. But of course, we have one day before or one day after a rally. So yeah, we can go and see around. As a mechanic, I think this is the best place to be in this WRC. I can be in this best team with the best guys and work on the best cars.
To end the show, we join Mike Conway to relive his first win in endurance racing's top category.
From Formula One to World Rally and from IndyCar to NASCAR, this season we're finding out how important a breakthrough victory can be. Today it's the turn of Toyota Gazoo Racing's Mike Conway, who sealed his first win in the top category of the World Endurance Championship a decade ago.
At the end of 2013 had a successful campaign in the LMP2 program, and was always looking to get a drive with the LMP1. That was always the focus, and yeah, got talking to the guys here at Toyota during the season, and they were just constantly checking up with me, make sure I was still doing a good job in the P2 category, and got to meet the team at the end of the season and join them as a reserve driver. Unfortunately, Kazuki had an issue with, I think it was some travel or a visa for one race at COTA, and then also in Bahrain, and then again at Sao Paulo. So went from just doing some testing to doing like 3 races with the team. So it was really cool opportunity to get that and, you know, grab that chance as best I could and got a good result. And then I was made, you know, full time.
His breakthrough win for the team came at the Bahrain 6 Hours, just his second race filling in for Kazuki Nakajima. The sister car could seal the title, but needed help from Conway piloting the number 7 alongside regular drivers Stefan Sarrazin and Alex Wirtz.
We were obviously trying to get our own result, but at the same time, yeah, you're trying to score points as a team, manufacturer, and also any help we could give to our teammates. But they had an issue, but with us outscoring the other 2 cars, and it obviously reduces the other cars scoring points. So yeah, it managed to help clinch the championship.
That issue for the number 8 Toyota looked disastrous in the second hour as they lost 18 laps repairing their alternator. But Conway kept the number 7 car in the hunt for victory during his double stint behind the wheel. Austrian veteran Wirtz finished the job, holding off a pair of Porsches and the Audis to give the number 7 team their first win of the season.
That first win at Bahrain, second race with the team, was awesome. We had a strong car that weekend, and luckily the way it fell with people who were racing had some issues as well, so it's amazing to get that great result with the team. That kind of cemented my staying there a little bit longer, so it was a result needed because I think my first race I had at Kota was a bit of a tricky one with weather conditions and stuff we had, so it was great to get that win.
The victory also ensured the driver's title for their teammates Sebastian Buemi and Anthony Davidson, despite the number 8's troubled race. Toyota went on to secure the manufacturer's crown at the season finale. But in Bahrain, where he now holds the record with 5 wins, it was the first time of many that Mike Conway would stand on the top step of the LMP1 podium.
I remember seeing the photo recently, actually. But yeah, I remember being up there. I was very proud, being alongside, you know, 2 guys, excellent drivers for Formula One, sports cars, all these things. So I had Alex, who I was learning a lot at the time from, just the way he went about things as a driver. As you know, technically he was very good, and obviously Stefan Sarazan as well had done everything, rally, F1 race as well before, and sports cars was quite legendary. So it was great to be racing alongside them. I learned a lot in those 3 races I did with them. It's been a good few years with the team, a few championships and a Le Mans win, and yeah, it's been a pleasure to be with the team over the last 10 seasons now.
Next time, we salute the record-busting RB19 and sign off with the Corvette C8R. See you then on Mobil 1 The Grid.